Welcome back to Fab Automotive Detailing and Tour Reviews. In this video, we're going to take a look at the KingBolen brake fluid tester. Let's do it. So in the past, I've made some videos for KingBolen. This is just another product that they did send me, so it is considered a sponsored video. They don't pay me anything. I don't get paid anything to send you guys to links or anything like that. I just get products and I test them out and let you guys know what I think about them. A brake fluid tester is so important, and I've never owned one as a mechanic, and that's kind of weird if you think about it. Being a mechanic, I really should have one because you want to know if there's too much moisture in your brake fluid, because what happens is you get too much moisture in it, it's going to boil at a much lower temperature, and it's going to give you brake fade and make your brakes go really, really far down, especially when your brake fluid gets hot. The brake fluid that I use from Amsoil is 368 degrees. That's the boiling point. So we want to make sure we don't have too much moisture in our brake fluid. You should change your brake fluid, flush it out every 2 years. People don't do that. I try to do it to all my vehicles. It's pretty easy to do if you have the tools to do it. But it shouldn't cost all that much at your local shop to have it done. About an hour labor, and that should be about it. And it's brake fluid, all it's really going to cost you. But this product here is going to tell us if the brake fluid is any good. This is my 2009 Harley-Davidson Ultra Classic. I've owned it for 3 years now, and I've never changed the brake fluid. And I was doing my maintenance on it. I looked at it. I was like, oh no, this brake fluid's pretty bad. And then I remembered I had this sitting over there on my workbench. I said, it's the perfect time to make this video. So basically all you do is you turn it on and you dip the sensor into the brake fluid, and it's going to show us on the screen the water content basically, and if it needs to be replaced or not, which I'm pretty sure this is probably going to skyrocket on this bike as soon as we put it in there, but I'll be very interested to see what this tester does. So let's get to it. All right, so we're going to go ahead, we're going to take this cap off. This is the reservoir for the front brakes right here. And the one for the back brakes is down below, but we're just going to focus on this one for this video. I'm going to go ahead and take this off. We're going to see what this brake fluid looks like. Make sure, if Mrs. Fab will show you, anything with paint, cover it up. You do not want to get brake fluid on paint. It's corrosive and it will eat right through your paint if you do not get it off. If you happen to get brake fluid on your paint, flush it with water quickly. As soon as it happens, just flush it really fast. Oh man, let's just leave that in there, and I'll just take the cap off with the screws. Now the second you open this up, you are getting moisture into your brake fluid, especially in the state of Indiana where we live. We have a lot of humidity, but be very careful when you take this off. Okay, and that's the diaphragm. Let me take this, put this over here. Okay, I'm going to try and lift this up. I'm going to try to protect all of my stuff. This fluid doesn't look all that bad, actually. The rear fluid looks really bad. That actually looks really good, so let's test and see what it's actually showing. The back fluid I know looks really bad because I've already looked at it, and that's what made me decide to do this. So let's get the machine out here, the little tool. I already opened it up and put batteries in it. This should be pretty self-explanatory, I think. So I think we just probably turn it on. I know I put battery in it. There we go. Okay, so can you see the screen good?
Yeah.
Basically, if we get up anywhere above 2%, you need to change it. So up here is 3 to 4% or above. Let's see, this is .4, so that's just the backlight, .4. So you have .3, .4, .5.1. So most motorcycle brake fluid is .4. So all we're going to do, let me get my rag. We're going to dip this in, just focus on the screen.
That screen?
Yes, the screen right here. We're just going to dip this in. Okay, so as you see, we are on the borderline, so we definitely need to replace it. As you see, we're just below the 3% mark, so we definitely need to replace it. So I'm going to go ahead, we're going to replace this fluid, and then we'll come back, and I think what we'll do after that is I think we'll do the rear also. We'll check the brake fluid on the rear and see what it is at. But make sure you clean this off really good. You don't want to get brake fluid on anything. Don't drip it on anything that you have. So we're going to go ahead and test it now. We've replaced the front. Hopefully April can show you that brake fluid. It looks much better. Let's go ahead and power this back on. And this time we should be down in this range, being brand new fluid. Look, it's not even registering because it's that clean. I love Amsoil brake fluid. So there's less than 0.5% of moisture in the brake fluid. Now, the longer I leave this cap off, the more moisture we're gonna get in here. So we gotta get the cap put back on. But well, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And then once I get that done, we'll do the rear and we'll test the rear as well. All right, you guys, so the back one's off. As you can see, it's actually not that bad. So when I was looking through this sight glass right here, you see this little sight glass right there. You guys can see it right there. When I was looking through that sight glass, it looked black, but it must be because the cap was on it. But let's go ahead and test it. I did watch my video from when I did the front. You can go ahead and bring the camera over here. From when I did the front, and the camera, for some reason, when I retested, it showed all those bars. As you guys can see, now you can see those bars are gone, right? But it showed them in the video, but it wasn't. It was empty. But go ahead and focus on the screen. Got it? Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and put it down in here. Okay, this one is about the same as what the front was, a little less than 3%, so it definitely needs to be changed. So we're gonna go ahead and change that, and then we will test this again when we get done. You see the brake fluid is not nearly as yellow now as it was before. It's more clear, which is what you want to see. Let's get the brake fluid tester, and let's do this one more time. This time I want a really good view of this screen. So is it empty right now? It came up 2 bars, is that right?
Yeah, it's not very good.
Yeah, but it's less than 5%, less than 0.5%, you guys. That's exactly what you want to see out of your brake fluid. All right, so that's gonna do it for the KingBolen brake fluid tester. I'm gonna come up here and bring you the screen close really quick. You can turn the light on by hitting this S button. See, with the light off, you guys can see there's nothing on there. You can do that, and then the menu button is gonna change your .4, .5.1, back to .3. You have your battery indicator, and then this light, this button right here is a light for the tip. Turn it on, and you get a light, so you can see where you're actually putting the tip. This is about 1 foot long here, and obviously it's bendable to however you want to do it. And then to turn it on and off, you just hold the button down, the power button. It's very, very self-explanatory. Anybody could use this brake fluid tester, super simple. It's very important to have a brake fluid tester, especially if you're a mechanic or even if you're a DIYer and you take care of your own stuff. Brake fluid breaks down over time and gets moisture in it, which gives you brake fade if it starts boiling. You get your brakes too hot on the interstate and stop and go traffic, you'll get to the point where your brake will actually start to fade because you have too much water in there and it's starting to boil. So you get putting new fluid in, so your boiling is so much higher, your boiling point. 368 degrees is what the Amsoil is that I use. That's pretty high. I can't imagine I'd ever get it to 368 degrees, especially where I live. But I don't know. But now I know that I'm good to go, and I can always use this to test it. Every 2 years, you should replace your brake fluid, and this is gonna tell you if you need to do it right here. The older cars back in the day that didn't have ABS systems, they didn't push brake fluid changes as often, but now that you have ABS pumps on all these cars and motorcycles, and you got all that dirty brake fluid going through the ABS pump, that's why they want you to change it out. So if you do have an ABS pump though, an ABS car, and you decide to do a brake fluid exchange, look it up, watch videos on how to do it just to make sure you do know what you're doing, because if you get air in the system, then you're gonna have to have a scanner to activate the ABS pump so you can get the air out of the ABS pump and then do the rest of the bleeding. So you just gotta make sure you know what you're doing when it comes to that. Very cool tool, very easy to use. It has an audible tone to it also, which is nice. Great little tool from KingBolen. I'll put a link in the description of the video where you guys can find this tool if you're interested. Once again, I don't get paid to make videos. I don't get paid to send you guys to links because I refuse to do that. I tell companies, keep your money. It's your hard-earned money. I don't have any reason to take your hard-earned money by getting a commission off my sales. That's just the way that I am. So I'll send you guys to if you guys want to go check that out, I'll put the link in the description of the video is where you'll be able to find it. So thank you guys so much for watching this video and checking it out. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. Join the FAF family. We'd love to have you. We'll see you in the next video.